All right. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I see you over there chiming in, Clubhouse family. I see you, YouTube. I see you. You know what time it is? It's 5 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock. And you know it's time for Keeping Up with Congress, y'all. Keeping Up with Congress. I am Tamara Johnson Shealy. I am Tamara Johnson Shealy, your candidate for the United States Senate, y'all. Your candidate. If you are following me right here on Clubhouse, please ping some folks into the room. Ping some folks into the room. If you are following right here on YouTube, hey family, I see you. Hey, see you, Don. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification, and share, y'all. We have a, I keep saying, I feel like a broken record. We will not get reparations without negotiations. We won't. It just won't happen. And these legislators are working diligently. They're doing their thing over in Congress. We don't know what that thing is. And if we don't know what it is, we're going to be behind the 8 ball when we get there. I just saw today an article, and I probably should have brought it to you. I'll bring it to you tomorrow. I'll try to make a note about the black farmers that won't be getting any aid under this Biden administration. They have been stopped in federal court. So what we think is about to happen, they're trying to piecemeal our redress and our repair, y'all. It won't happen. It won't happen. My son is calling me in the middle of this broadcast. Lord have mercy, Jesus. Young people and children. He know. I hope he all right, y'all. I'm gonna put y'all on hold just for a minute. Just give me a minute, because he don't do this unless something else going on. So I'm gonna just give me just a minute. Give me just a minute, y'all. Let me make sure my kid is okay. Life happens, y'all. Life happens. I'm gonna put you on hold just for a minute, family. Thank you, family. Sorry about that, family. Life, children. I don't care how old they get, y'all. You still mama. You still mama. So thank you for giving me for just that short second to make sure that young man is okay. But I am Tamara Johnson Shealy. Again, we will not get reparations without negotiation. So let's keep up with Congress, y'all. Of course, I'd like to bring you some legislation, information specific to reparations. So I'm gonna make this screen a little larger for those of you that are following over here in YouTube. I see you, Clubhouse family. Thank you for chiming in. It says California's first in the nation's reparations committee confronts harms of slavery and debates the direct payments, y'all. Y'all, the direct payments cannot be a debate. It just can't be. And for so many reasons, it can't be. And I did a broadcast this past Saturday about Lenintown, Georgia. And if you haven't seen it on YouTube, I ask that you go back and take a look at this broadcast, but not to go too deep into it. I want to show you how they're taking the direct payments that belong to this community that was destroyed by the University of Georgia and the city of Athens. They're taking these direct payments that should be distributed to these families and funneling this money through the city of Athens to create broadband for the city, raising the minimum wage up to $20 an hour, and to create some sort of cultural center with the direct payments that should be for the descendants of Lenintown. So going back to this article, they debate the debates, direct payments. We can't let that be a debate. No, I don't care if I take it and burn it in my backyard. Cut the damn check. Give me what you owe me. People are like, well, what? I'm afraid that black people won't do the right thing. I don't give a damn what they do with it. I really don't. I don't. I pray that I honestly believe that the majority of us, the vast majority of us, will do the right thing with direct payments. We're going to do what we need to do. I encourage you to own your land, get your 40 acres and your mule. My mule going to be a straight up tractor. Y'all going to see your girl out there in the back in the field with a straw hat on with my tractor. My mule will be a tractor. I know the vast majority of us will do the right thing. So we can't compromise on these direct payments. I see you. Absolutely no debate. I'm with you. No debate. Cut the check. So going into this article, it talks about the reparations committee of 9 prominent lawyers, academics, politicians, religious and civil rights leaders, many of whom are descendants of slaves, will make formal recommendations on how the state should make reparations. So this article goes on to say the task force members alluded to controversial questions long circulating in Black communities that will for the first time get hashed out by state appointees in a public forum. Goes on to say, how can a single state, which never formally sanctioned slavery, make amends for centuries of slavery practiced by southern states and the federal government? How can California accurately quantify and repair centuries of racism on its own soil? Will the state seriously consider direct payments? Cut the check. We are not a lost people. We are descendants of chattel slavery in this country. We were property. Cut the check. It goes on to say, some asked us, why in California? Why not somewhere else? Why did we not do it in the South? And Weber, which was the assembly person, she goes on to say, if not us, then who? So I appreciate California AB 3121 creating this task force that will now dive into the specifics. We actually have the same kind of legislation akin to what's happening in California, right here in the state of Georgia, HB 541, that will do the same thing, create a commission that will address the impact of slavery and Jim Crow on those of us who are descendants of slavery right here in Georgia. So keep pushing, y'all. I know this burden, and I won't call it a burden. This we all got to cross the bear. We all got to cross the bear. When I think about our ancestors who worked from sun up to sundown, how dare I get tired? How dare we get tired when they physically work from sun up to sundown? So how dare we get tired? We can't. So every time I think about what they endured, I have to remind myself this easier than what they had to go through. So don't dare turn around and get tired. So this goes on to say that California's new reparation task force, these are the things that they're actually going to create. They're going to describe the institution of slavery in California, identify and describe federal and state laws that discriminate against African American people today, develop proposals to eliminate California policies that continue to discriminate against Black communities, recommend a formal apology on behalf of the people of California, recommend remedies to the harm sustained by Black communities, and determine how compensation should be calculated and who is eligible to receive it. And they're going to comply with the international standards for reparations. And they're going to recommend how the California public can be educated. So this is the work that they're doing over in California. We just got to stay in the fight with them. Stay in the fight with them. We can't get weary in well doing, y'all. We like I say, our ancestors endured so much more. How dare we get tired? Another article that I found, other states have attempted initiatives. New York was one of them. Here's an article about how New York moves closer to slavery reparations. I thought this was something I'd like to bring to you as well. New York took a tentative step closer toward reparations for slavery on Wednesday. The state assembly passed a bill sponsored by Assemblyman Charles Barron that would set up a commission to study slavery and its impact on Black New Yorkers. So it was a bill that was introduced, y'all, like California's. But the article goes on to say, however, it did not advance in the Senate before the legislative session ended on Thursday. So the legislative session ended on Thursday. I'm not sure if New York is one of those states that have a 2-year legislative cycle and that bill is still in play. Most states across the country have a 2-year legislative cycle. I know Texas and I believe North Dakota, I think it's maybe 4 states that have every other year that they actually convene. So I'm curious to know if this bill is still in play in New York, or will it have to be reintroduced. So, like I said, we just have to keep pushing. We have to keep pushing, no matter how hard this is, and no matter how we feel. Get out of our feelings and keep on pushing. I applaud New York for taking such a big step and making it as far as they did. So here's an opinion piece, y'all, that I want to know who the hell put this in the paper. But let's dive into this, because I think we need to see the opposition, the fight for reparations, and how they are going to fight us, so we'll know how to fight back. This article talks about women are still seeking equality in the United States, and they deserve reparations. You see how they're trying to put a spin on this word, like they're trying to dilute what reparations actually means. They want to dilute this. We heard Donald Trump just last week said China owes reparations, and now whoever this is, this person with this opinion piece in the San Diego Union Tribune, they're putting their own spin on diluting the word reparations. I be damned, y'all. I know we must be close. We must be close, because they are coming back with their own way of attacking our movement for reparations. So we got to be close, y'all. This article says, with all the discussion about reparations lately, it's important to remember that women have faced tremendous discrimination and hardship since our country was founded. The 14th and 15th Amendments were ratified in 1868 and 1870, respectively, in response to issues related to former slaves following the Civil War. The 14th Amendment granted citizenships to all persons born or naturalized in the United States, and guaranteed the right to life, liberty, and property, due process, and equal protection under the laws. The 15th Amendment assures citizens they shall not be denied the right to vote on account of race, color, or previous condition of servitude. So they're trying to make the case for why women deserve reparations. I told you, diluting our message, y'all, diluting our message for reparations. We got to be close. This article goes on to say, none of these rights were applied to women at the time these amendments were ratified, and women are still struggling to obtain them today. Goes on to say, following the American War of Independence, women were subject to the doctrine of coverture, which caused married women to lose their legal existence. Married women were the chattel property. Look at the words. Look, they're using our words, y'all, over and over. They said married women were the chattel property of their husbands. Look, they're trying to even dilute the word chattel. Married women could not own property because they were property. So look, they're trying to, equate chattel property, chattel property and property. They're tying it all into women, y'all, diluting our message for reparations. Goes on to say husbands could beat and rape their wives. The marital rape exception still exists today. Says mothers had no rights to their children outside of marriage. Women had little or no means to support themselves. In theory, single women retain some rights, but this area has not been studied. So see that, look, they're trying to take the whole message of reparations and dilute it. Trump tried to dilute it with China. Now, whoever this person is that wrote this opinion piece is doing the exact same thing. So I got tired of reading this crap. I call it crap. And I went to the bottom. Let me hear how he actually landed his plane here. It says 150 years after the 14th Amendment was ratified, women are still seeking a guarantee of equality under the United States Constitution. Women earn 84 cents for every dollar men make. The Violence Against Women Act has expired, and a woman's right to control her own body is in serious jeopardy. The arguments in support of the 14th Amendment for former slaves apply equally. This doggone Clubhouse app, y'all. What happened here? The argument in support of the 14th Amendment for former slaves apply equally well to women, and women should be paid reparations. Yeah, that Clubhouse app is doing something tricky today. I saw all the drama, but we're back, y'all. We're back. Yeah, so this article was specific to reparations for women, diluting our message, trying to dilute our movement, how reparations could be used more broadly to address a variety of issues. I know we're getting close. We got to be getting close because everybody and their mama trying to come for our check. But we are not going to be quiet. We're going to continue to do this work. We're going to continue to find our allies in this movement. And let's get our reparations. So I am Tamara Johnson Shealy. I actually got a little commercial, y'all. Let me bring my little commercial to you. Thank you for tuning in for Keeping Up with Congress. I am Tamara Johnson Shealy. Wait a minute, y'all. I don't think y'all could hear my commercial. Let me stop. Let me do this again. Making sure y'all can hear this commercial. 1 second. Let's try this again. All right, I got it. Thank you for tuning in for Keeping Up with Congress. I am Tamara Johnson Shealy, your candidate for the United States Senate. I'm a progressive Democrat that believes that reparations will make America great. It is time that we bridge the divide in this country. Please go to the website. That's tamaraforgeorgia.com. www.tamara, Georgia spelled out.com. Please join me Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here for Keeping Up with Congress. All right. That's my little commercial, y'all. My little commercial. I figured I'd try to be a little more organized in my approach to YouTube and in Clubhouse. So we will keep it moving. I wanted to bring you, I get a list of hearings. So on Mondays, I wanted to bring you a list of the hearings that are happening in Congress so that you'll know how to plan your week accordingly. So I got a nice little list. I see you over there, Clubhouse family. I see you, Talitha. Welcome. I'm gonna bring you up to the stage. Yes, invite to speak. I'm gonna bring you to the stage. All right. So so I wanted to bring you these hearings. Let me make my screen a little larger so you can see it better right here on YouTube. Yes, right here on YouTube. Okay, so reversing the decline in women entrepreneurship. This is opportunities for rebuilding the economy. This is the House Small Business Committee. It's this Tuesday, tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So reversing the decline in women entrepreneurship, opportunities for rebuilding the economy. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the House Small Business Committee. Task Force on Financial Technology, digitizing the dollar, y'all. Digitizing the dollar, investigating the technology infrastructure, privacy, and financial inclusion implications of central bank digital currencies. This is the House Financial Services Committee. This is tomorrow, Tuesday, at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think we need to pay attention. I see all these other ways now of with these Bitcoins and crypto. I don't understand it all, but I think it's something that we definitely have to have some serious knowledge about. So this is a hearing in the House Financial Services Committee tomorrow, Tuesday at 10 a.m. The Task Force on Financial Technology, digitizing the dollar. So it's crazy how, if y'all think back, what was this, maybe like the beginning of the year, like January, when Joe Biden was like, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill. It was such a slap in the face, because as currencies, like you see this, the world is changing. The dollar is being digitized, and you want to give us some currency that's quote unquote might be obsolete. They're already trying to take coins physical coins out of circulation. There was a bill, probably we saw this some months back, that was basically devaluing coins. So I was telling you, if you had coins, I know I'm good for throwing coins in like a jar. I don't know, as a habit, something I grew up just always saving my change. So I throw them in a jar. If you have coins, I encourage you to go cash them in, because that was a bill. I'm not sure where they are with that particular legislation, but they were devaluing the coins. So pay attention, y'all. Pay attention to what's happening. Keeping up with Congress. This is the Environmental Justice for Coal Country, supporting communities through the energy transition. This is the House Natural Resources Committee. I told you I take very special interest in food, air, water, and land. Food, air, water, and land. And what's happening over in coal country, y'all have bamboozled those people, making them think that coal was coming back. It's not. So this is the House Natural Resources Committee, tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, for the Environmental Justice for Coal Country. Senate Finance Committee, the hearing to examine mental health care in America, focusing on addressing root causes and identifying policy solutions. This is the hearings to examine mental health care in America. This is the Senate Finance Committee. It is tomorrow, Tuesday, 10 a.m., a busy day tomorrow around Congress. Tuesday, 10 a.m., the hearings to examine mental health in America, focusing on addressing root causes and identifying policy solutions. Can tell you in Atlanta, you can't even stop at the red light. For two things is going to happen if you travel the city of Atlanta. You the homeless that are coming out, might want to wipe your window, or just coming out asking for money. That tent cities are everywhere around the city of Atlanta and most of our metro cities. This is what it looks like. And the water boys, it breaks my heart. And I know that's a little off topic, but I saw that just the other day. The water boys, they just everywhere. And this is how you have our Black boys risking their lives in traffic to get a few dollars for water, that they're selling you water. We can do better. We can do better. Cut the check, reparations. Let's get our Black boys out the street. Get them out the street. I like to see them growing food, being participating in some of these other economies. Again, mental health. Senate Finance Committee tomorrow, 10 a.m. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. The booster shot. For those who have taken the COVID-19 vaccine, there's a booster shot, enhancing public health through vaccine legislation. This is the House Energy and Commerce Committee tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. They're talking about the booster shot. So they're talking about those who are vaccinated and you need a booster and what that looks like. Tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the House Energy and Commerce Committee. Examining opportunities for growth and investment in rural America. This is the House Agriculture Committee tomorrow at 11 a.m. The House Agriculture Committee, examining opportunities for growth and investment in rural areas. I tell you all the time how Georgia is. You get outside of Atlanta, you get into some of these rural areas, your internet barely works, your phone service is choppy. We just got to do better, making sure that we are investing in the rural areas, opportunities for growth and investment. The Capitol insurrection. I figured we find this interesting. They still don't know. Listen to this. The Capitol insurrection, unexplained delays and unanswered questions, part 2. Unexplained. We can explain the delays. Y'all don't want to investigate. Let's just keep it real. Let's keep it 100, as we say in the hood. They don't want to investigate. This is unexplained delays and unanswered questions. Y'all don't want to answer the questions. Tuesday, y'all, 2:00 tomorrow in the House Oversight and Reform Committee. That's by design. Equity and Social Security, and in their own words, this is the House Ways and Means Committee. It's Tuesday, tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Equity and Social Security in their own words. I'm just afraid that Social Security won't be around for us, this younger generation. We don't know what they're doing. House Ways and Means Committee tomorrow, 2 p.m. Cyber threats in the pipeline, lessons from the federal response to the Colonial Pipeline ransomware attack. This is the House Homeland Security, tomorrow, June 15th, 2:30 p.m. Cyber threats in the pipeline. Yeah, a lot of people, particularly here in the metro Atlanta area, were affected. I'm sorry, y'all. Were affected by that threat in the pipeline. Veterans homeless in the wake of COVID-19. Veterans homeless in the wake of COVID-19. This is the House Veteran Affairs Committee. It's on Wednesday at 10 o'clock a.m. The veterans homeless in the wake of COVID-19. We're almost there. We got about 3 more minutes, family, and we'll be wrapping it up. 1890 land grant institutions. I figured those of us that are reparationists will find this. What is this? Find it interesting. 1890 land grant institutions, investing for agricultural resiliency, equity, and global impact. So we're going back to the 1890 land grant institutions. House Agriculture Committee is this Wednesday at 10 o'clock a.m. Pay attention, y'all. What are they doing? What are they doing? House Agriculture Committee, 10 o'clock on this Wednesday, 1890 land grant institutions, investing for agricultural resiliency, equity, and global impact. I'd like to know. We got to keep our eyes on Congress, y'all. Keeping up with Congress. What are they doing? Jumpstarting Main Street, bringing jobs and wealth back to forgotten America. Jumpstarting Main Street, bringing jobs and wealth back to forgotten America. This is the House Oversight and Reform. House Oversight and Reform is Wednesday, 1 o'clock p.m. Jumpstarting Main Street, bringing jobs and wealth back to forgotten America. A few more. HR 270, the Puerto Rico Self-Determination Act of 2021, and HR 522, Puerto Rico Statehood Admission Act. They're going to have a committee hearing over in the House Natural Resources Committee, Wednesday, 1 o'clock p.m. Puerto Rico and wanting to be self-determined, wanting statehood admission. Keeping up with Congress, y'all. Keeping up with Congress. I'm going to join you in just a few minutes, couple more minutes over there in Clubhouse. We'll chop it up after the broadcast here on YouTube. A couple more hearings I want to bring to you. Building a more civil and collaborative culture in Congress. I like this one, y'all. Public House Committee on the Modernization of Congress. This is Thursday at 9 o'clock a.m. Building a more civil and collaborative culture in Congress. Because all they do is, damn it, fight all day. I believe all they do is fight. I'm hopeful that they're getting some work done, because they just seem like all they do is fight. Thursday, 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hearings to examine COVID-19 response and recovery, focusing on supporting the needs of students in higher education and lessons on safely returning to campus. So this is the Senate Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions Committee. It's Thursday, 10 o'clock a.m., Thursday, 10 o'clock a.m. Our last one is undoing the damage of the war on drugs. Now, how y'all gonna undo that damage? Reparations. How do y'all undo that damage? Reparations. Undo the damage of the war on drugs, a renewed call for sentencing reform, The House Judiciary Committee is Thursday, 10 o'clock a.m., Thursday, 10 o'clock a.m., undoing the war on drugs, a renewed call for sentencing reform. Ask us how you undo the damage of the war on drugs. You cut the check. Let us repair our communities. Let us do the work. Let us create this federal agency in Congress that's a part of my candidacy. Well, I am Tamara Johnson Shealy, y'all. We are at the half hour. I'm so on time today. I'm loving it. Please join me right back here at 5 o'clock. Let me play this commercial on my way out, but join me right back here, right here on YouTube, right here on Clubhouse, 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Keeping Up with Congress. I'm going to play my commercial on the way out, and I will show your comments on the screen. Thank you for tuning in for Keeping Up with Congress. I am Tamara Johnson Shealy, your candidate for the United States Senate. I'm a progressive Democrat that believes that reparations will make America great. It is time that we bridge the divide in this country. please go to the website. That's tamaraforgeorgia.com. www.tamara, Georgia spelled out.com. Please join me Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here for Keeping Up with Congress.